I would be thinking about you as I was recovering.
Yeah, that's the kind
Focus on game controllers. Here, there's app library and widgets on your home screen.
Going back to what we was talking about, where in terms of exercise, I know I touched on a little bit when we talked about running. You saying you're a runner too. Is cardio the only good way to exercise? Is the only way to exercise in order to lose weight? I know people think of in order to lose weight, you must run and do some type of cardio all the time, whether it be running on a treadmill, running on actual ground, do the bicycle, elliptical. But can lifting weights and other exercises also play a part in losing weight more so than cardio can do itself?
Yeah, great question again, and one that I see a lot of misconceptions about. So if I were to compare, I'll talk about lifting weights versus cardio sort of generally, because those are the two that you mentioned, Kendall. So cardio, lifting weights, I highly advocate for both of those things. I am a cardiovascular researcher, and so when I think about cardio, I'm thinking about the heart and the good things it does for the heart, because that's my area of research, in addition to like the benefits it can have for weight loss. And so I'm going to advocate for cardio, not just because of the calorie burn that you can get, but I would say think about incorporating it in, because cardiovascular disease is the thing that kills more people in the US than any other thing. And so I would advocate for it for that reason. But I would say you're doing different things when you do cardio versus muscle building. So cardio, some of the benefits for an individual trying to lose weight, especially minute per minute, I am typically burning more calories with cardio than I am lifting weights. So if I'm just talking about, like if I have 30 minutes and I have the option of lifting weights, or I have the option of running outside, running on a treadmill, whatever it might be, typically I'm going to burn more calories running than I am lifting weights. Now, I wouldn't say that you should only do cardio. That's not your only option. There are benefits to lifting weights as well. So I do advocate for cardio, absolutely. I gave you that little spiel, but I also advocate for lifting weights for a number of different reasons. Thinking from a health perspective, like balance, posture, muscular imbalances, even if I try to go and run, but I don't have the muscular system to support that, that can lead to injury really easily. And just in my day-to-day activities, if I don't have built up strength for day-to-day kinds of activities, we've probably all been in that spot where we just did like a little something, or if you haven't been in that spot as you get older, you'll like turn the wrong way, and then all of a sudden you're like, what's going on with my back? But that happened to me at age 15. So it's not just an age thing, but
It's not. Cause trust me, that's why I'm over adjusting my back right now. Every time I do it, my back will pop. So trust me.
I know. I played soccer all the way through college, and I had all kinds of little things like that, and I was very fit.
Yeah.
But so thinking about things like that, but then when I go back to that weight loss, weight gain perspective, so for the individual who's trying to gain muscle weight, obviously lifting weights is going to be important. But even for the individual who's trying to lose weight, if I gain more muscle, if I gain more lean mass in my body, so a lot of times people will say, I want to get toned. Well, being toned is kind of like a fallacy in some senses, like what people think of. You need muscle underneath to even look toned. So then they're like, well, I don't really want to build muscle. I just want to look toned. Well, in order to get that toned to look, it requires muscle underneath.
Right.
And so we have to work the muscular system. It might be in a different way than the individual who's trying to gain a lot of weight from muscle building kind of activities. So those two things might look different. But also, once I build that muscle, as somebody who's trying to lose weight, even as I sit down and talk to you, I'm burning more calories than the person who has less muscle. And so my metabolism burns calories even as I sit down, as I'm laying down, as I'm doing different things. And after I finish working out, you have this period of time where your body is especially burning more calories after you get done with a muscle building type of workout, or I shouldn't say muscle building, I should say some kind of strength training, some kind of weight training type of activity, because it's not just muscle building kind of activity that would do that, but general strength training, lifting weights.
Resistance training.
What's that?
Resistance
training, any of those words that you want to use. We use them kind of interchangeably.
Mm-hmm.
I am burning more calories after I get done with a session like that, even than when I say run or do something else. And so there's benefit to weight loss, because in a sense, I can eat more and have a faster metabolism when I add more muscle into the overall picture. So I think it's really important to do both. It's not just one or the other.
Definitely. And one thing you touched on was the importance of doing cardio and like how it affects your cardiovascular health. It actually kind of took me back, and it flashed back in my head was when I was a child, we had this program called Jump Rope for Heart, and they'll make us like just do the jump ropes and stuff, which I always found fun. But I just remember like the song and how important they was talking about jump roping and doing forms of cardio in order to like have great cardiovascular health. Because as you touched on, it can lead, if you don't do any type of cardiovascular activities to help increase that health, it can lead to cardiovascular diseases, whether it be something with your heart or a multitude of things.